You're listening to Hayes Radio Network, Cannabis Lifestyle Radio.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Back in the locker room, man. We here for episode 4, man. I got my boy James Jap. He back with me. What up with you, boy? I got my boy TB. Thomas, what's good with you, my dog?
Let's do it.
And this week, we got a very special guest, man. My boy, receiver for the Houston Texans, man, Stephen Mitchell. What's up with you, Stephen?
What's happening? Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, man. So, obviously, man, you know, we had the tragedy happen not too long ago with Kobe Bryant. So I want to send my thoughts and my prayers to Vanessa and the Bryant family and all the other victims involved, man. I just think it's very, very important and imperative, especially here in L.A. I went down to Staples, man, and I went down to Staples. My bad, I ain't trying to take your water. I went down to Staples, and it was just crazy. It was a crazy feeling. I didn't even get on. I just cut my phone off. I didn't even get on IG, Twitter. I didn't post nothing for the gram or nothing. I just went, soaked it all in, and then went home and cried a little bit more, man, just to think about the whole situation and everything like that. It was shocking, man. And I haven't come to terms with it, man. But not to start it off like that, but I definitely want to send my thoughts and prayers out, man.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
How did that affect you, Steven?
Man, I'll tell you, last week I was moving. I'm out in Houston. I just moved into a new crib. So I was moving with my family, all smiles, laughing, and, everybody having a good time. And we get a phone call from my sister. She's like, yeah, y'all hear about Kobe? Like, nah, like what he did. Like, yeah, he passed away, and I moved initially, just went all out the building, man. It's just
Crazy.
It was sad, being an athlete, it hurt your heart, bro, and it just, all the work that the man put through, his family, and it's just so much effort and, people that he touched around the world is not even in this country, and in other countries
It's I was telling my boy, I said it's people that don't even know how to speak English, but they know Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
They know who it is. They know that name. They know
Especially
Kobe
in
Bryant.
China, Italy,
Love him.
Everywhere.
Italy, all of that, man. It was
Philippines.
Yes,
that mural. I don't know if y'all saw that mural on SportsCenter that they painted of Kobe and Gigi. Man, I thought that was awesome. They painted it in the Philippines. It's pretty dope.
When y'all say that you cried and got emotional, you just did it right off the dribble, like you just start crying. Because with me, it hit me and I was like numb to it. So of course I naturally turn on the TV, and then once you see certain people start going and getting choked up, and then you start looking at all of the different pictures and videos of them, that's where it got me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and then I just couldn't even hold it no more because I just felt like sometimes your faith get tested.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like,
It
damn,
definitely
man,
does.
like why would little kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just hits you, and you just think to yourself like, damn, if Kobe could die,
man.
Anybody
I can
can.
die.
Anybody.
Even though
can.
we are human,
Yeah.
and we are the same, but certain people you look at us like he's a real hero.
Yeah.
And so you look and you be like, well, if Kobe could go, shit, I don't even want to go outside.
Right.
Yeah. Facts.
Like,
Facts, man.
that's how it hit me. It made me feel.
Yeah.
It make you put things in perspective.
And I think that even if you're not even a basketball player, like for Steven to be a football player, I have a football background. James, you got a football background. Thomas, you come from a basketball and football background. Just like you could see it, like the Pro Bowl was going on and these players were crying, man. Like these are grown men. I thought they should have canceled all games on Sundays.
I agree.
Because I saw some of the guys warming up and, they getting the news about Kobe, and these is real grown men with families start breaking down in tears. Like Michael Jordan, they idol, he died. Like the best I've ever seen, because I didn't get to see Mike play.
Big facts.
So the best that I've ever seen is Kobe Bryant.
Facts.
So the best that we've ever seen and they've ever known is dead. Like what? Kobe dead?
It honestly ain't really hit me yet. I haven't cried yet, I'll be honest. But I've been watching his highlights every night. They've been rerunning his games. And it feels weird. Like he said, like you see somebody like that as your superhero, bro. And just the fact that, something like this happens, it makes you think like, dang, like he bleed just like me. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just.
I remember a coach telling me when I was a redshirt freshman, I got put in a game at Arizona State, and the coach was like, "You kind of look like you nervous." I was like, "I am." This
Right.
is the first time in Division I. You feel me? He like, and it was just special teams. He was like, they put their pants on the same way you do.
Mhm.
They take their pants off the same way you do. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, no matter how rich, how poor, we all got a date. You know what I'm saying? We all got an expiration date, and that's big, man. So if you out there and you got any little problems, you know what I'm saying, small problems, it's some big problems that I'm not going to lie that Kobe dying ain't going to be able to get you over the hump. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might have crossed you in just because Kobe died. I ain't saying if somebody crossed you over or did something to you to just nip that in the bud. But if it's something small, especially with somebody close that you care about, then just boom, you should move forward with that.
Yep.
But no matter what, we got to move forward. We got to turn the page, man. So, Steven, man, what's up, man? Let me let me holler at you, man. You went from Boys and Girls Club, man, Pop Warner. You know what I'm saying? Steven from Pasadena, too.
Yes,
I'm like,
sir.
I know they like, man, you got another guy from Pasadena. I mean,
know.
I
Got
gotta reach out with the city first before I tap
sir.
into anybody else, man, and get them the opportunity to speak on their platform. But Steven now, man, he's a Houston Texan. What's up, man? Talk to me. Give me a little recap, man. How was your year this year?
My year was good, man. This is my first year being on a 53-man roster for the majority of the year.
So the checks got bigger.
Checks got bigger, man. Smile got bigger. But honestly, man, I've honestly met some of the coolest cats that you grow up watching, and now you're on the team with a person like DeAndre Hopkins.
D-Hop.
Like that, it's just crazy, man.
Is he the best in the league right now? Would you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying that because he's your
on the
teammate
team?
and that's your boy?
I
Y'all in
said-
the receiver room together? Tell me why he the best.
Because we lace up the same cleats every day, and I see him every day. Every day. You see players like, somebody of that category, they not really, it's a lot of times where people ain't practicing,
Yeah.
throughout the whole week. This last game, he broke his finger. Loki had a little mini surgery in the locker room. He popped his rib out of place.
This is the AFC.
This is the AFC Championship. This is
divisional game.
the Madden game that y'all watch. Messed his ankle up, got knee problems. He still went out there, but that's just everybody. Deshaun Watson, same dude.
Top 5.
JJ Watt, same. All of them tasks, man. So I got blessed to end up on a team like the Texans because I say that it's a family over there. It's definitely a family, and they treat you like a family, and I feel welcomed and home. So that it makes me feel more comfortable and more relaxed when I'm out there, and I just
Hey, man, I love Houston, Texas. My family out there. We were talking about this last offseason.
sir.
I'm like, Jay, I gotta come.
Yes,
I gotta
sir.
come see you. But the thing is, I understand. Being a professional athlete, you busy, you got your family and stuff to attend to. I know with you, every time I text you, call you, you answer, pick up. So I know it ain't a problem. But definitely this year, I
you
gotta
already
get out
know.
there.
Yeah.
I gotta get out there and come see you, man. So you saying without a doubt in your mind, DeAndre Hopkins is number one, because there's a lot of people that saw him on the All-Pro and was like, man, Julio should have got that, especially if you go look at the numbers. So what you think about you taking DeAndre Hopkins over Julio?
I don't know Julio. I watch Julio.
Yeah.
But I know
you gotta go
D-Hop.
with what you know.
I know D-Hop. You feel
that's
me?
me. That's me, because they go, you taking Kobe over Jordan? I don't know Jordan. I
like,
saw him with the Wizards. I saw
Exactly.
Kobe give him
That's-
55.
Exactly. And I know the type of person that off the field, what type of person he is. And
Yeah.
that just
And that
it boosts him up
even more.
man.
I respect
What
that.
about his work ethic? He got like crazy work ethic.
It's insane. Like it's insane.
So it's a reason he's the best.
Yes. I would say he got some of the biggest hands in the league, and it's
What size gloves he wear?
4X. Or he cuts the seams, the webs of his fingers, because he needs more room in his gloves to breathe. So it's just crazy, man. It's really a sight to see, bro. like when you really on the sideline. I ain't gonna lie, I was on the sideline a lot. You feel me? But it was just being there, having that experience. Learning, getting mental reps. It was amazing, and it helped me. Because practice them was my game. So I used to ask him, bro, how was this route? Like what can I like? How do I do this better? How do I do that? So he was real healthy. Real helpful, bro.
That's big, man, and that's big. Talk to us a little bit. I heard you call it the Madden game, man. Talk to us a little bit about, man. Y'all went up 24-0. I'm real, very vocal on the Texans. I want Watson to do good. I'm a Watson fan. You play for him. My people, they live there, so I kind of root for him a little bit. And when I saw you guys go up 24-0, I'm like, oh my God, they about to do it.
Yep.
I didn't. I knew they was coming back.
You knew that they was gonna come back.
I knew they defense was that good.
I thought they was gonna do it, and then I seen Pat Mahomes go on something crazy.
I'll tell you this, bro. I was so I'm Kiki QT. We real close on the team.
He out of Texas Tech.
Yep, went to Texas Tech.
Yeah, I like it.
Played with Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
So he was Pat Mahomes' receiver.
Yeah.
And as soon as we went up, what was 24?
24-0.
He said, Steve, watch. he said, Steve, this is not over.
This is not
and
over.
Sure enough, every time they went down there, he made something happen. And the weapons that they have, bro. I call it the Madden game because I only see games like that on Madden. Like you really only see stuff like that happen on Madden, bro.
Well, that's what make Pat Mahomes unique because a lot of things that he does only is video games.
Yes.
It's video game.
Yes.
It's very video game-esque.
He's transcendent.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
a lot of things he's doing, that's why everybody's saying he's the best ever already. Because it's not necessarily he's the best ever because his body of work.
No,
it's of
he's not
how he's getting the job done.
He's not the most accomplished, but he's the best. Physical tools, he's the best.
Well, as far as the things that he's doing, like we've never seen before, like really rolling out this way and then hooking it back 60 yards that way, like only a certain amount of people don't make them kind of throws, and he's doing it on every game.
And it's only a certain amount of people that he can throw deep like that, and a little number 10 glitch in the game can run and catch the ball.
So you saw Cheetah live, man. Is he really what they say as advertised? Is he the fastest in the league?
All that in a bag of chips.
He's all of that?
All that in a bag of chips.
He's that fast.
He's that fast, bro. I know we're gonna get to the Super Bowl questions and stuff, but I'm gonna just go ahead. I think that they're gonna be real hard to stop.
The Chiefs.
Honestly, the Chiefs. I believe that San Fran has a more of a rounded team. You feel me? A complete team, but it's like playing number 8 from the Ravens. Like it's hard to stop. But you can stop them, but you gonna have to really be on your game, bro. So I don't know, man. I'm not putting no bets on that game.
You talked about your receiver, so let's talk about your quarterback because I think he's one of the best in the league.
D. Watts, they said he got the Michael Jordan in him. That's what Davo said, man. Do you see it? Do he got it in him?
I don't.
Look, man.
You don't see it in Watson? So you don't think Watson
Michael Jordan?
That's what he said.
Let me ask you this: do you see Kobe in him?
Man, Watson is a guy. I'm gonna be honest. Listen. I'm gonna tell you this. I can't say I see Kobe in him right now.
So that's my point.
No.
They put him right.
I do see Kobe in him.
I see Kobe in him.
I'm not even about to. Kobe rest in peace. I see Kobe in him.
Everything.
Let me tell you why.
I
seen him go down, and I seen him literally will his team back into the game. I watched him against Buffalo.
But
that was a game that he shouldn't have won. I saw him in college against Alabama.
I should have lost that.
I understand that.
He won. He
But
really
you
ran
said
Bama twice.
What we just talk about body of work. You shot him straight to the top dude, Jordan. Now I can see if you say I can see.
I didn't shoot him.
I can see if you
Dabo
say
did.
Steph Curry in him or something like that. But they shot him straight to the top, and he ain't won nothing.
You're right.
Well, I mean, not yet. I mean, how many quarterbacks do get to win in their first 3-4 years?
No,
he won at the college level.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is he shot him straight to the top.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's other dudes I can see if he said a Dame Lillard or something.
No, he's not Dame Lillard. Get Dame Lillard.
Hey, man, come on now.
Dame don't want.
Come on now.
Hey, my boy is a.
He ain't done nothing. I agree with you saying.
Get Dame out of
ain't done
here,
nothing.
man.
Dame done did more than Deshaun Watson.
I don't know about
Man,
that
Deshaun-
now.
Are you serious?
I don't know about
He
that.
done
on
did
now.
way more for in basketball.
They went to the
games.
Western Conference Finals last year.
Hold on. Basketball is more of an isolation, one-on-one. I can really show how good I am. Football is
still
more
will-
of a team and a system.
But you
Y'all
didn't-
know that.
Okay, but you didn't say that when he said Michael Jordan. Why
No,
you-
we're talking about just the player alone.
But understand what I'm saying. You said that
The
he
comparison
compared
to
him
Mike.
to Michael Jordan, right?
Yes.
So why you didn't say? Oh,
I didn't compare him. Dabo called him. He got Michael
But
Jordan in
okay,
it.
so then I said Kobe. You said I do see Kobe in him.
Yeah, I do.
So you do. So you're comparing him to a player. Let's match it.
Kobe, not Kobe in his prime, young Kobe. Yes, he got that.
So you think he's
he
going to
got
be
that. I think he's going to
Yes.
be one of the best ever. Yes. I think when it's all said and done, I think Deshaun Watson is going to be one of the best ever.
I
I
personally
got
think-
more
I
faith in
personally
him than
think-
Lamar Jackson.
I don't.
I don't.
I got more faith in him than Lamar Jackson.
No, I
Lamar is
don't.
just
Why
I
can't
agree.
you? Why don't you?
I
I
agree.
think Deshaun Watson hold on to the ball too long.
I think he do too, but at the end of the day,
and he take a lot of punishment that he don't need to take.
I agree. I agree with
So
that.
he got a lot of growing. I think we'll see. Watch.
How much growing he got to do though? But
What you
besides getting the ball out faster, Lamar has to learn how to throw the ball.
Oh, he know how to throw the ball, but
No,
he don't.
do we know how to throw the ball?
But he don't.
Steven, do we know how to throw the
He
ball?
was
Listen.
running around.
He was running around.
He for sure
he
was
had-
he for sure
he
was
had
he was so was
3,800
on point.
yards
He for sure was
passing.
on point with the
He had
passing.
over 300. And
He had over 3,000 yards
He passing the
passing.
tight ends. If he had,
But listen.
if he had
No.
Deshaun Watson and Fuller,
No,
I bet you
we
he
can
would have
say-
thrown way better.
Well, if Deshaun Watson was in the Chiefs offense, don't you think he would do better too?
Sure.
We can talk about ifs, ands, and buts all the time, but let's talk about facts.
Facts is
Let's
this.
talk about facts.
At the end of the day,
Facts
Deshaun
is-
hasn't done nothing.
okay,
He
you
won one game.
Facts
I don't want to hear about
Facts
what
is-
Lamar could do. Lamar got this and
Facts?
that. No, hold
No.
on. Let me finish.
No.
Let me finish.
No, you said facts.
No, I'm about to tell
Okay.
you. You said Lamar led the lead in passing, right?
No, I didn't say that.
No, he
I
did.
just-
No, he did though. I'm
He
saying
did lead the league
No,
in passing.
he did.
Touchdowns, not yards.
No, not yards, but touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
He had the 28th passing offense.
Because he throwing the tight ends.
So can he throw?
He don't
You
got no
saying he
receivers.
can't? That wasn't the
You
narrative all
can't,
year.
you can't
when he was
accidentally,
throwing-
you can't
he was-
accidentally throw
he was throwing-
33 over 3,000 yards passing.
He was throwing 5 touchdowns to the Jets and the Dolphins and everybody
to the
was
running backs
dancing
and tight ends.
That's not my
Not
problem.
me.
You know the
Go
identity
look,
of your
hey,
team.
Go look at my Facebook. I was saying this. That's not going to win you a Super Bowl
But you got more faith in Lamar than you do Deshaun Watson.
because he's gonna get rid of the ball and he's gonna get out
He
of there.
gonna get rid of the ball
Plays
to the
for a
stands.
better coach.
He's a different quarterback. They're two different quarterbacks. I don't like the whole Deshaun being Jordan. Deshaun is his own young goat in himself, bro.
I agree.
He will.
Bro,
I
Deshaun-
promise you,
I-
within these
but
next
But see,
years,
I don't want y'all to think
Drew,
just
can you give
because
me a
we're
water?
saying
It's kinda
just because we're saying he ain't better than Lamar Jackson, don't mean he's not good. Lamar Jackson's the MVP.
Or a Powerade, whatever.
But
It's all
see,
good.
I think he got a chance to get one eventually.
But-
Lamar is the MVP.
but if you look-
what
but
is
if you look at
but he
Lamar-
lost to Ryan Tannehill too.
Okay, so did
He lost-
Tom Brady.
Huh?
So did Tom Brady.
Get him out of here.
Okay, so
See ya.
okay, so he got an MVP and he got a Heisman. So he's ahead. He's ahead.
An MVP and a Heisman.
Yeah.
Does that do we really?
It's something.
So listen.
Okay.
He got a natty. Would you
Okay.
rather have a Heisman or a natty?
Natty.
Heisman.
I'd rather have a natty.
Me too.
I want
I'm a
Heisman.
starter and I beat Bama. I'll give me the natty. What would you rather have, Steven?
Exactly. I want to get established, get my bread.
a
I ain't
Heisman
gonna
hard to
lie,
get.
I had a Heisman. Let me get that Powerade. A Heisman right there.
Okay,
Let me get
okay.
that Powerade.
So,
I'm hot.
so you saying, so
I would rather have
I'm
a
actually-
national championship. I'm more of a team guy.
Yeah.
So
so
it's
you're
not even about me.
so you saying you'd rather be Dan
Deshaun.
Marino
That's a
than
hard
Eli
question.
Manning?
No, I'd rather be Deshaun Watson.
No, but I'm asking you a equivalent question: Dan Marino or Eli Manning?
I'd rather be Eli Manning. He got 2 bowls and he beat Brady twice. Dan Marino don't have none. See ya.
Hi.
But everybody consider
Hey,
him better.
Deshaun is going to be a good player. I just think Lamar is going to be better long term.
We'll
That's
see.
just me.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's to be
But
determined.
like
we
I
can't
said, they different players.
gonna get
Lamar
better at
is
throwing the
there-
ball, too.
There's nobody. Lamar is. Can I say Lamar was the new age Michael Vick? Is that? Can I say that? Is that
Michael
like?
Vick.
I
to
think-
me
Is he
I
better
think
than
he's
Vick?
No,
I
not
think
yet.
Michael Vick was
I think
better.
he a better runner.
I don't. I think
think he a
I
bet- I
still
think
will
he a
take
better
Vic as
runner.
a
Have
runner.
you watched Michael
I
Vick
think
highlights?
Lamar Jackson is the best in the league with the ball in his hands. The best in the whole NFL.
No, I don't.
Not better
not
than
better
Pat
than Vic.
Mahomes, I don't think.
No, not throwing.
No,
I'm
running
talking
the
about
ball.
running the ball.
Oh,
when we
yeah,
pass.
for
You talking about
sure.
quarterbacks?
No, out of everybody, every position, I think Lamar is the best with the ball in his hands.
He makes it look so easy.
How can
The
you say
fact
that Henry got more after contact yards than anybody?
After contact, I'm
He
not talking
turned-
about after
he
contact.
turned
I'm
lead-
talking about scrimmage yards.
How many
Listen.
fumbles did Lamar have this year?
I have no idea.
That's a good question.
If it was less, then you proving your point. But if it wasn't, then he needs
I
to
don't think he turned the ball over that many times.
look.
Henry
Makes
turned guys that on the defensive end into lead blockers.
Henry wasn't the best running back in the league.
I didn't say he was the best running back. You said running with the
Look.
ball.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
he wasn't the best running back.
Who's the best running back?
It wasn't him. It was
I'm asking you.
Christian McCaffrey.
He's not the best running back.
Not in
He's
the
a-
league, but he had a
this
better year.
year.
He is the best. He was the best running back in the league this year
Why?
because he had 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving. He
He
was
had
first team
he
All
had
Pro.
1,000
at two-
carries too.
At two, that's not my problem.
Yeah,
Nah,
but
Henry might have had more.
If
But
the
their
coach
feet-
want to, if the
but
coach
they're throwing
want
it
to
to you, if they're throwing it to you,
I think
and-
Henry had more.
Henry probably had more carries.
Yeah, to be honest.
No,
we gotta stay on
more-
topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
We gotta stay on topic. We on
No.
a limited time. We
This is the locker room.
This is the locker room, man. This is where it go down at. This
You
is
know
the
how it
locker room.
go.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. We could get carried away. Steven, talk to us, man. Talk to us about being up 24-0 and then coming back. I know you said a little bit about your boy Kiki, but
Yeah.
how was the feeling? What was the locker room like? What was the atmosphere? Because you guys were up 24-0, but down at halftime. So
Yeah.
what was that about? What was the locker room about?
Honestly, bro, we've been down all year at halftime. Most of the time, we've been down. We were known for a team to be a second half team. So going into the game, we really didn't have we just all right, we down. We about to this ain't nothing that we ain't been through before.
Yeah.
But just going back out in that field and that first drive, they went down there again and just it didn't when it didn't end, it was
stop
like
the bleeding.
it was like it was happening so fast, but it was happening in slow motion. So it was just like a slow death, bro. So
Yeah.
it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
And just to see all the what really made it frustrating was I immediately thought of camp and summer and
Everything.
sweating and just
Everything.
fighting and just it was just
Yeah.
all that was just
It's so human.
down the drain, bro. It was, but
That's the thing about football
Yeah.
is you only
Only
get
one
one
champ in a
opportunity.
year.
Yeah,
You
man.
practice all them times. Baseball, you get 7 games. Basketball, you get 7 games. Football, you get one chance to
That's
turn it
it.
on and show it, and it don't even really matter what you did in the regular season.
Let me ask you this: after the game in the locker room, was players emotional?
yeah.
Like tears,
Like crying?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's players crying?
passion.
Yeah,
That-
D4 was for sure crying. I'll say majority of them it was anger.
Yeah,
Not too many tears.
Yeah, see,
You gotta think, bro, 'cause-
the reason why I asked that is to see, because some people play for money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and some people play the game
Yeah, now-
for passion. I mean, they all play for money,
Yeah.
but some people's more passionate than others.
Gotta
It's-
chase
it's-
that
So
chip.
that's why I asked that to see if a lot of the players was like, man, I'm ready to get this shit over. Go enjoy
yeah.
this money.
It's interesting you say that, bro, because it's like what people have in their mind, like with football, as being a player, you doing the same thing every day, and it's taxing, not just physically but mentally, and by that time, bro, this is the first time I heard it. It was like, yeah, it's it's a 50-50, it's 50-50 time, and I was like, what's 50-50 time mean? It was like, man, it's 50-50, you either keep winning, you go into the ball, you keep winning, or 50-50, like it's over. You get to relax, you feel me? You're
Yeah,
on,
go
you're
on
on your
vacation.
off season, you're on your vacation, but
For some of them players, that may be the
Yeah.
last NFL game
Yeah.
that they play in.
Mm-hmm.
but before that game and just that whole week, that was like there's no type of mentality for that. Like we're going all the way, we're doing this.
Yeah.
And it was just, but that's sports, bro. Everybody loses, everybody, wins. So
I
it's
think you need some of that adversity.
yeah. At the end of the game, bro, it is a game.
It's a game.
It's a game. And,
It's bigger
and
than football.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a game.
And that's why when we not to backtrack, but when we talk about Kobe, man, I see a lot of people talking about I'm not having a Kobe and LeBron debate no more because it ain't even about that. It's
Right.
bigger than the game. Both of these dudes have made an impact and left history on the game and
That's
changed
always
it.
gonna be a debate.
No,
though.
it's gonna always be a
So It ain't
debate.
going nowhere.
But-
That's just what they say now
Yeah.
because it's still fresh.
I
But
agree.
to me personally, I think if LeBron win a championship,
this year.
with the Lakers, I think career-wise, he will pass Kobe, but I will still take Kobe before I take LeBron on my team. But as far as career accomplishments, I'll give it to LeBron if he win with the Lakers.
Okay.
But,
so you saying
but
LeBron,
I'm not. If I was just, my team, I'm taking Kobe over LeBron any day.
I understand.
So building the team, you taking Kobe over LeBron.
I understand that because like how you just gave that example, James. I personally like Tom Brady's the best. Like I think he's the best quarterback to ever play the game. But if you ask me who I want on my team,
starting your team with,
I'm not starting my team with Tom Brady.
No,
I'm not starting my team.
Starting with
not Patrick Mahomes.
Who you starting with?
Aaron Rodgers, you know that. AR-12. I'm starting with my guy. That's my guy.
Best thrower of the football I've ever seen.
That's a good QB to start with.
That's a good QB to start with.
Yes, sir.
Best thrower of the football I've ever seen.
I think he's so overrated.
I just think he's a product of being around a bunch of.
He doesn't have the team.
I'm just gonna say what I want to say, but Steve, let's hop back into it, man. Yeah. How has it been in the NFL, man? I'm sure you got people that hit you up and can I ask you what was something that once you got those checks and you finally made the 53-man roster, what was something that you was like, man, I gotta have?
Nothing.
Nothing yet.
I ain't purchased nothing yet.
Yeah, he ain't reached there yet.
You ain't reached there yet.
Nah, and
I mean, shit. You could get shit with the game check. Shit, it's a lot you can get with a game check.
I done bought a bag, like a Burberry bag. That's about it.
Okay,
that's about it.
Could you give me a estimate in the most expensive purchase? Like, what type of price range was that in?
Burberry. It wasn't that much exactly. It was like $800.
Oh,
yeah.
So you ain't really cashed out. You ain't cashed out on those shoes.
That's good, man. Stay
Look, man, I was with the Rams last year, and I was on practice squad all year, and they let me go, and I had to break a lease from out here, and then move out to Houston. I went out there with a backpack because they was just like, come out here for a workout. Went out there with a backpack. After the workout, it was like, yeah, you're not going nowhere. So I had to break my lease out there, buy a new apartment out there. Was still on practice squad all the way until the last game. So I only got one game last year, 53. And then coming out here, I had got a car last year. And then coming out here and just, living like how I'm living, like how I'm thinking I should be living. I honestly, like my money was running real short last year.
Yeah.
And that was a real eye-opener just to, hear about that growing up all the time.
Yeah, hearing about the players going broke
how
and stuff
athletes
like that.
just go broke, and it's just, I was like, dang, like this is real, like this is real. And the first thing that came to mind was school, bro, because I went to USC and I got my undergrad, my master's, but
hold on, say that again so the people can hear you.
Graduated from USC, my undergraduate in communication and journalism. Got a master's in communication management, but.
So you got them.
Yes, sir.
They didn't get you. You got them.
I got them, bro.
I respect that.
But the first thing that came to mind, bro, was like, dang, like I really didn't learn too much about, finances and how to manage money growing up. And, that was never really, the topic, even in high school, even in schools and, having science classes and, art and, physical. It's just, you don't learn how to save money and how to, keep your money and grow your money. So it was real hard for me. I wouldn't say like, too tough. I obviously have, family and friends, my family looking out for me. But coming into this next year, it was, something that I put more effort into.
So you real conservative now?
Yes, real conservative, man. I just moved, like I said, out of a apartment, spending way much less money. right next to the stadium. Commute is easy. So
because what's crazy is, and obviously I got friends on and in the NFL or prior playing the NFL before, and I know some people who have. My uncle was one of them, and I got a younger cousin that's on his way. You hear people talk about like, man, people just think because I'm in the NFL I got it made. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody
I got
their
money.
hand out.
Like everybody got their hand out. It's like, man, where was you? Like. Where was you? Like, what they say? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Kobe about to lose 150 M's.
That's crazy, man.
Leave Vanessa alone, man. Leave Vanessa alone right now. She don't deserve that right now.
Nah, I was just reciting Drizzy, man. You know I'm a big Drizzy, but nah, I think it's actually dope that you saving a lot of money and you being smart with your paper because I think like most people don't understand you're not gonna be able to be as young as you are and make a much amount of money as you making right now. Like
Nope.
no
Yeah,
matter what you do, it's like the odds is pretty hard. I think, and I got to congratulate you on this. I think you got like one of the toughest jobs in America. Like being an NFL player on a 53-man roster is one of the it's like 1%. It's like
Undrafted.
It's only
Undrafted.
32.
undrafted.
It's only 32 of them positions in the world.
Yeah. That's
Whatever
it.
position, it's only 32.
And let's hop into it, man. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Let's talk about your upbringing, and you ain't got to go too much into detail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let's just talk about where you stem from and how you got to where you are now in the NFL.
Man, so it all started at the Boys and Girls Club.
Boys and Girls Club,
Fair
where at?
Oaks.
On Fair Oaks and Woodbury,
What city?
Pasadena, California.
Oh,
What
okay.
city?
Pasadena, California.
What city?
Pasadena, Cali.
Okay.
That's where it all started, though, man. Boys and Girls Club. I was listening in on earlier with Shane and about how kids is doing one sport.
Mhm.
Only playing one sport, man. That everybody was playing everything back in the day. We was
Everything.
basketball to foosball, ping
Foosball.
pong. Them was all sports. eye hand coordination, all that. We was swimming, baseball, soccer, all of that growing up. So, Pop Warner was football and basketball was my niche.
Where'd you play at Pop Warner?
I played for the Pasadena Panthers, Pasadena Trojans, and the Pasadena Ponies. I played for all three. My last year of Pop Warner, I was with the Ponies.
Which one did you like the best?
I'll say
Did you win a championship at any one of them?
no.
Okay.
I never won a championship ever in my life.
Okay, so which one did you like the best?
I'll say I like the Panthers the best, only because I played with more of my friends that I grew up with, and that like at a young age, I was looking up to the Austin Lacey's, the Dietrich Rileys, the Kyle Morgans, all of them.
Yeah.
So it was cool, watching them, and I was playing flag football, and I was a little hyper kid, so that was where I first fell in love with football, was with the Panthers. So after that, getting a little older, tackle, Trojans, that was cool.
Who coached you at the Panthers? You shot anybody out?
Stephen Mitchell Sr., Coach KJ, Kenneth James, Coach Larry, Coach Dennis, all the old heads, man. So Coach Ant Wash.
Okay.
Shout out
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
Wash.
That's my boy. Shout
Heck
out
yeah,
Wash.
man. Panthers, Trojans, Ponies.
Okay, so you played a little bit for all the Pop Warner teams in Pasadena,
Yes,
and then fast forward to high school.
Yeah, what we do?
What happened?
So hold on, so but before that, there was a year Thomas that I had seen Thomas, and I had talked to my parents. I think I was going to the 8th grade year. I was like tired of football. Like I had been playing since I was 5, and I was getting older, and
You were burnt out.
I was burnt out, man. And
Straight up told me that.
I honestly like, I used to run so much and do so much. Like my legs, it would affect my legs, and like it's crazy. Like when I used to get sick, y'all can ask my mom about this too. I used to get sick. The doctors used to think I had like sickle cell anemia because they were like, I used to get sick and it went straight to my legs, and I couldn't walk for like days, and it was crazy, man. It was wild. At that time, like I was like, all right, like I probably gotta chill out. So picked up the basketball, and that's when I went to Campbell Hall. So I was at school with all the holidays, and that was a whole just different experience, just watching them.
Powerhouse.
So you went to
bruh.
Campbell Hall in high school or no?
I went to Campball Hall in 7th, 8th grade.
So you went there in middle school.
Yeah,
Okay.
middle school.
And then fast forward to high school.
Where is that located? I don't know.
Campbell
Valley.
Hall is in the Valley, Studio City.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I know the holidays, and I'm familiar with the high school. I've never been to the campus or anything. So you played Pop Warner, and me being from the city, like I said in my other episodes, I wasn't one of those guys that was good in Pop Warner. But you being a younger guy, your name was buzzing. Like like everybody knew who JR was. Like every time that 4 was on the field, he put on a show. So You know what I'm saying?
It was fun, man. I honestly going into high school, you know, it was crazy because a lot of people, you know, was like, what high school you gonna go to? But at that time, I had already went to private school, so my parents had already told me like Jay, like, you know, we know you want to go because I always wanted to. I told my mom like I'm either go to Mir or HS. 'Cause that's where all my friends went.
Yeah,
So,
facts.
but they, you know, they told me they wanted a different, you know, experience for me, school wise, you know, and just
Where'd you end up going?
Bishop Alemany.
Oh, okay.
So I went to a Bishop Alemany Notre Dame game because I really wanted to go to Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Because I used to
Pretty
always
good.
watch, you know, USC, and I just thought, you know, Notre Dame stemmed from Notre Dame and all
me
that.
Too.
Yeah,
I thought that
so
too. I thought it was the
I was
same
like,
thing.
oh man, I'm about to go to Notre Dame. They
Yeah.
didn't have no USC high school. So
That's a
like,
powerhouse too.
yeah, I'm about to go to Notre Dame, and as soon as I get there, man, it school was crazy. I'm JR. I look up in the stands, it's Skeet yelling, going ham in the stands, just having fun. He was young then. He wasn't on VAR, but he was. I seen that, and it opened up a door for me because it was somebody that, you know, I grew up with.
You were familiar with.
And just to see him having fun. And Alemany, bro, is
At what school was that?
Bishop Alemany,
And who you say it was?
Vernon Adams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alemany, bro, it's like a real high school, man. Like you having carnivals, fairs,
Facts.
all that. So
Student section going up.
Yeah.
I used to come to some of y'all games, man.
But it was a cool experience, though, man. I honestly think my favorite time was passing league.
Passing league.
That was
receivers. That's us.
That's
us.
That's where I really got into my craft. I met my trainer Charlie Collins going into Campbell Hall my 7th grade year. And then
the Charlie Collins, not to cut you off.
The Charlie.
The Charlie, the one who trained Ocho Cinco.
Yes, sir.
Chad Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Pasadena.
Now the head coach at Oaks Christian.
Yeah.
Doing his thing.
They
But,
won a title over there, I think,
Yes,
2 years
sir.
ago.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Charlie, man.
Yes, sir. But yeah, Coach, I got in contact with Coach C, and since then, man, I've been working my craft like crazy. And then it's wild. Like once my senior year came around, I was always a nerd in the books in school. So by the time my senior year came around, I had already finished all my credits. First semester, so second semester I was able to leave and go to USC.
Wait. Hold on.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Stop.
Was SC with your number one school
Hold
in
on.
high school that
Hold
you
on.
was
Let's-
talking about going
Let's
to?
rewind that. Let's rewind that. You said go ahead and talk about your credits and
So going to Alemany, my what is that? I keep thinking of freshman, rookie. What is that?
what, freshman?
Oh,
Sophomore.
freshman year. Okay,
Yeah,
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 freshman
still
year.
freshman
Okay, right. Going into freshman year, like that whole year, boom, school. I'm thinking like, okay, this is about to be my first real summer to, you know, go out and have fun. My mom's like, nah, you about to go to summer school.
Summer school.
I was like,
thought-
what do you talk? I thought summer school was, you know, to retake
catch up.
classes, to catch up classes. He was like,
Yeah.
no, like you about to take some classes that you can take, you know, next year, but
Yeah.
you just gonna knock them out. And I did that every year.
So
I did
every
that.
year, your mom made sure you was in. Shout out moms,
Yep.
because education is very important. Your mom made sure you were in summer school not to catch up,
Not to catch up,
but
to
to
be
get
ahead.
to
ahead.
get ahead,
That's big.
to get ahead. So
That's big.
by the time my second semester came around in high school, senior year, I was able to dip.
So, as far as you getting recruited, who was? Because you was an Army All-American, man. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
skip past that. You gotta let the people know. Damn,
Yeah,
man. I know
man.
you're trying to be humble, but I'm gonna
Man.
talk you up. You from the hood, from the city.
So
Send it
yeah.
out.
That was a crazy time, bro. Cause I like I said, passing league was my favorite time. Cause it was at a time where like my junior year, in summer, I had took like 2.5 weeks off. Me and my dad just went on plane rides all around the country, all around the states, going to camps like in Florida, Texas. It was all Atlanta, Oregon, all the like the top camps, and it was cool now to see the dudes that I played with in those camps in the league, and it's
league, yeah.
just to be able to, you know, go after the game and just like
Say
shake
what
and just
up.
dap them
Yeah.
up. but that was my favorite time, man. And during that whole time, everybody, that's when recruiting is big.
Yeah.
It's a lot of scouts out. I always grew up. My favorite player was Reggie Bush, hands down. So I started off in the backfield.
Yeah.
So I always knew, in the back of my mind that I wanted to go to SC. I had about 30 offers.
30.
USC was my last offer.
Wow.
USC was my last offer.
And was it because SC was on sanctions or
SC
they just didn't know about you?
SC was on sanctions. They kind of had some players, Robert Woods, Marquise Lee, Nelson Aguilar, George Farmar.
Yeah, those were guys. That's my era.
But that was something that I looked forward to. I needed the competition because I already knew that's what's gonna get me better.
So that was your Mamba mentality.
That was my Mamba mentality.
Okay.
I already knew the type of talent that USC picks, and for them to acknowledge me, it meant something for me. And
so it was no doubt in your mind once you got that SC offer you was going.
Once Coach O walked into those doors in Pasadena at my home visit, I knew it was
Coach Ogeron that just won a championship at LSU.
Yes, sir. It's one of my favorite coaches, man.
How you let that walk away?
That's another story for another day. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. That's
so you knew once Coach O walked in the door you were going to USC.
Yep.
Was there anybody else that your parents may have thought you should have went, or anywhere else that you had a second thought?
Oregon.
Oregon.
It
was booming.
It was booming at that time. Mariota, D'Anthony. I could have swore I was going to be the next D'Anthony. The jerseys. That's every kid's dream, especially back then. That's when that
mattered.
Yeah. That was real big in recruiting and all that, but. Deep down, I'm big on family. My family's real close.
Yeah.
Grew up Pasadena, right by the Rose Bowl, where the Bruins play. But for some reason, I just could never, I could never see it. I could never see it. I went to all the junior year, all the games.
Yeah.
But it just didn't rub me the right way. So
yeah, I mean, UCLA isn't a football school.
Yeah,
that's just what it is.
Yeah.
They got some guys in the league. They got some talent, but. You go to UCLA if you play basketball.
Right.
You go to SC if you play football.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And that's just what it was. And it was. They beat us a few times in the years, but they already knew they was.
I got a question about USC. I know in particular y'all played one team, which was Alabama at Cowboy Stadium, and give me some insight on how that game went and
Roll Tide. So
and about St. Nick. I think
wasn't that so? I think this is the game. What's unique about this game before you go on is I think this is the game. If I'm not mistaken, you remind me because you were actually out there. This is the game where we found out Sam Darnold was about to turn into the guy, and Jalen Hurts, right? Isn't this the time where we found out that Jalen Hurts got put in too for Alabama?
Yep.
So 2 stars were born during this game that USC got their heads bashed in.
What star?
2 stars, Sam Darnold and Jalen
Hurts.
Hurts.
He's not a star.
Well, he was a star on a college level.
Okay.
So, I mean,
past tense.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. He's garbage.
I mean, you can say what you want. Like I said, his system, his schemes. Yeah. So how was that, Steven? How was that playing against Alabama?
Man, it was intense. It was intense. That whole off season. We really wasn't even worried about us. We it felt like we were just playing for Alabama.
Playing Bama.
Like we were playing.
Y'all felt like a 1AA school.
Like we were that whole. As soon as the year before, the year before we played them,
bait.
as soon as that year was over, it was on to Bama. Like as soon as we got back, Alabama was in. And it was just, and when that day came, bruh, I honestly was looking in some of the players' eyes, and it was spooked. Like they
some
were.
Of your teammates were scared.
They were scared for sure.
Sometimes
but
you
like
lose the battle before you.
Yeah,
well, it's 80% mental.
And they would. I ain't gonna lie. They been serious and they are serious. They putting some in that water over there.
They as good as advertised.
Yeah. But also, they the same. They like you said. They put on the same pants, the same shoulder pads. Yeah, I was out there talking shit to them niggas. So But I mean, they popped us, bro.
Yeah.
They popped us, and
I mean-
that's not the first time that I lost in that stadium. By the way, in
Yeah.
preseason we played the Cowboys this year and
and Jerry World.
got waxed. So
Yeah.
I don't do too well in that stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ohio State. We played Ohio State in that stadium too.
Oh man.
So yeah.
So talk about, in the essence, your USC career, man. I mean, I know I'm familiar with your career, but can you just talk about, like the ups and downs and then going undrafted and getting to the league? Like, just, give me a quick recap.
My career is like, just like you said, it's up and down. So, like I said, I got to USC spring of 2013, summer of 2013. Lifting, as soon as we got there, we was lifting heavy, lifting weights, getting ready. 2 weeks into that, I tore my ACL, my right ACL, and I had never ever I had a sprained ankle one time for my freshman year in high school, a sprained thumb here and there, but I had
no
never,
major injuries.
Never in my life would have even thought. I was always that little athletic, nimble kid that just run fast and just jump high or do all that. So I never thought at all for 1 second that would be me. And when I tell you that was that changed everything for me. That helped me really in school a lot.
Yeah.
Get into school more, especially that year. And that helped me graduate early as well.
So you was able to get that bachelor's based on that injury.
Yep, I was able to get the bachelor's. But coming from that injury, man, like once I recovered from that took about a year. Once I recovered from that, coming back from that, your body not being, fully balanced, other parts of your body compensating for other parts. I had a sports hernia. My right side was off. I was off. So I had a sports hernia. They went in there, they sliced my right adductor. And then I had to come in and get another surgery to get mesh into my stomach, the lower lining of my stomach to hold everything in. So that was in 2014. Fast forward 2 years later after that, I tore my left ACL on a punt return, man. The ball's getting kicked, it's rolling on the ground. When that ball starts rolling, you don't know where that ball going.
Who was y'all playing against?
We was in Arizona on the turf.
Against the Wildcats?
Against the Wildcats. Both times tore ACL on turf too. Against Wildcats, man, trying to go up for the ball, knee buckled. I already knew what it was because I had already,
tore
did
your
it.
right ACL. So by now this time you tore your right and your left ACL.
Right and left, but I always say the left one was a blessing because I had already knew, all the right things to do, what not to do. So I knew, it was gonna be a breeze. And by that time my right had came back much stronger than what it was.
Yeah,
so
before.
I was down. There's no lie. There's no doubt in my mind. I say like I thought my chances of going to the league was very slim at that point.
Yeah.
But I knew, the talent that I had, so I just kept going. And after that, I changed my number back to 4.
Because you were number 7
I was
at
number
USC.
7, all at USC.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got in that 4, I felt me. I felt like me. So, but fast forward to that, man, I had a good senior season. I had a good 4 years in general at USC. Got some good film. And it's USC, so you gonna get a chance, no matter what. At least had a pro day, and luckily enough, Sam Darnold was my quarterback, for pro day. So every scout for every team was there. You feel me? And it was raining. It was the conditions was bad, and I had no gloves. I was out there snagging every ball, so that really helped me. After that, the Rams called me on. Draft day comes around. That's a whole nother experience, man.
So you didn't get drafted?
Didn't get drafted.
Were you hurt? Were you
I
did you feel some type of way?
I definitely felt some type of way.
Corona.
Only
He said
no more Chinese food.
That Corona.
Oh, that's funny.
But go ahead.
But no, I definitely felt some type of way, man. Only because it's just the fact that you're in this, your name is in this ballot, and they're not just picking people randomly. Like they've done I want to choose.
I've done my homework.
And I know, like, I felt like I really put a good show out there, for a lot of these dudes. I had a lot of workouts, not just pro day. I went to the combine. That was a real dope experience.
Yeah.
That was a real dope experience. It was pretty hectic though.
They asked you what's the craziest question they asked you at the combine?
Craziest thing at the combine was we took Scantron tests. Like
Scantron.
fill in the bubble Scantron tests about like
the Wonderlick.
Yeah, the Wonderlick. That's like you take math and science and stuff.
Like
what it has to do with football, I have no idea.
Something to scrutinize.
Yeah, that whole process is real interesting. Honestly, you in your draws and you just you looking at your body and stuff, and you just feel weird. But that was a cool experience. Just seeing the people, Michael Irvin on the sideline, Smith on the sideline, seeing all the the dudes you watching in college. You don't really know them, but it was just like wow, like, and I'm doing my routes like, oh, I run routes better than him, like,
and he may be a guy,
and
that they
he
got
going
up there.
first round.
Yeah.
That's probably nerve-wracking,
bro. And it kind of messed with your head a little bit. So that's where I feel like I was a little frustrated, but I was more humble to even be in that category. You feel me?
Yeah, that's big.
And like as soon the seconds before draft day, the last round, the Rams called me. They called me up, man. It was like, Steve, like we really like you. We want to bring you in for a workout for rookie mini camp.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there, man. I shined. Went through whole preseason, went through training camp, and it's crazy to see that many players on a team, and then you being the person that they choose, and all the lockers are empty, and it's just like you're like, damn. Like that first day, I was like, am I supposed to be here? Like I'm sitting across from Robert Woods, from Todd Gurley. I'm like, bro, like this. It was like, damn, like I don't even feel like I should be here, but I'm here. I'm gonna work day in and day out. They let me go halfway through the season. That was heartbreaking. That was like, man, I done everything that you guys asked for me. You feel me? Just for I got fired on my day off on Tuesday. I got fired on a Tuesday, and it's like, it was really just like, why? Like, why was like, why? What did I do? And it was, there is no why. Yeah. Like there was no why. This is business.
Well, holla at you.
Man, I got in the car. I started crying. I had to call my mom, my agent. That was like the first time I really like was crying like on some football stuff. You feel me? Besides, anger and stuff. But
so you got released, and then how long later till you got picked up?
I got picked up 4 days after that.
Okay.
4 or 5 days after that.
Look at
God. My agent, man, Gary Uberstein, shout out. He's one of the GOATs. I really wouldn't, honestly wouldn't be in a situation I am without him. So, and that's another thing for players, y'all. You need to be real mindful of who you choose to represent you, because not everybody is out for your best interest. And I went through two prior agents before even getting to my agent that I have now.
Wow.
So it's just it's just things you gotta.
Is that the frog or what? Is that the frog or the corona?
That's just stuff you gotta maintain, man.
That corona.
But going to Houston, man, I worked out for Houston, and they liked me a lot. They threw me on that practice field. I was doing scout team most of the year, all last year. And
so how is it on a practice squad? If you can give me like a quick little, like what you do?
Really, you really doing everything that you doing special teams, you doing scout team receiver, you the punt returner, you the kick returner, you giving the looks, you're Tyreek Hill this week, you're this player this week, you're this player this week.
Yeah.
And that was my role for a long time, and that was my role even when I was on 53 this year.
Yeah.
But I embrace that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like you gotta embrace roles like that.
That's Mamba mentality for real. And I'm not just gonna keep saying it, but just in order for you to be able to be like, all right, look, this is my situation.
Yep.
I'm good with it.
Yep.
Let me make the best of it. Because some people be like, man, and now to get them out the league, they'll never see an opportunity because their ego is so big to where they feel like, and maybe they are better than the guy that's in front of them. It's okay. It's politics. I was talking to my boy. I told him, I said, sometimes the best players don't always play.
Man, that never.
Would you agree with that?
I
James,
feel like,
would you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that.
I feel like the best players that in either sport ain't even been seen before.
Okay.
I feel like that's the best players in the world. That basketball they ain't even touched
Facts.
NBA before. So
Facts.
I definitely believe that. But that's a whole like that. That's really like a real mental.
Mental game, 80% mental.
It's 80% mental, man. Because you, like I said, you doing the same stuff
It's a roller coaster.
every day. In and out, you in that building every single day.
You ever had some thoughts about quitting while you was in the NFL?
Nah, I never had thoughts about quitting. It's just
good.
yeah. Like in college, you'll have mornings like you'll wake up, you'll be like, I don't want to go to work. I'll take this, that 6 a.m. That 6 a.m. But if you don't show up, man, it was.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, how do you think the situation with you playing for the Rams and getting cut, how do you think that helped you for your second year playing for the Texans?
Oh, it helped me a lot, man, because when I was with the Rams, one thing that they told me was, especially in the pregame, you got to go out there and warm up no matter what. Like, even if you're not on a 53, go warm up with the quarterbacks and stuff, because you got to think all the coaches, they looking at everybody in the field. So I remember playing the Texans in pregame for the Rams, and I was out there snagging stuff. And they told me like they remember me from playing. So it was real cool. It's really about who you know, and being seen really.
Yeah. So fast forward to the league. Who you think is the hardest? Who you think is the hardest corner? Who's the best you've seen right now in the league? Who would you give the notch to?
I'm gonna be so 100 with you, bro. I really don't watch football like that because I play football so much. So
who would you
I'm
say
gonna say Roby.
Roby from your team.
I'm gonna
Bradley
say
Roby.
Bradley Roby.
He's sticky.
Bro,
At Ohio State, he's so sticky.
He literally tells me like I need you this week for practice. Like stay after practice with me to get me better.
Yeah.
Like I respect that, bro. And so it's just.
And I think it's crazy. One of my boys I went to college with, he's not in the league no more, but he used to play. His name is Marion Grice. He went to ASU and was a running back. He used to be the same way. Like, I'm a football player, but I don't watch football. Like I watch. I know names. I know. It's like when you say Kiki, Texas Tech. You feel me?
Yep.
And that wasn't even because of Patrick Mahomes. That was just me watching the Texans game and being like, he was going off for like 3-4 games, and then I get on my laptop. Who is this? Do it. So then next time I'm having that discussion, it's just natural with me. But man, let's get into some of these hot topics, man. I always ask somebody this, man. Migos or Outkast, man?
Outkast.
Oh my God.
Outkast, man. I've been telling you for a long time. Outkast, and it's not close.
Drake or Kendrick?
And what?
Who's the better artist? Who you taking?
Who you taking? Who you listening to?
You got to throw the other one's catalog out of the window, and you can't listen to it for the rest of your life. You get somebody's catalog.
Okay. Well, first, they're two different artists.
I don't care about that. I need to know who you taking.
When you warming up at football and got your beats
by Dre, you taking?
What you listening to?
That's different. I'm taking overall. I'm taking Drizzy.
Okay,
come on, man.
But that's not
even a good question.
Why is it not?
It's not a good
It's not because they're two different.
I'm artists.
And who can you compare Kendrick to?
Would you take Snoop or would you take Nipsey?
I'm going Snoop, man.
There ain't no comparison. Who you taking?
You
talk about a catalog like this and the catalog.
I'm asking you who you taking.
I'm taking Nip
millennial gonna take Nip though.
I'm taking Nip only because it's closer to my heart, and you feel me from
like
what I grew up with.
Who you taking, Sugar Free or Too Short? That's what you comparing.
I'm taking Sugar Free. If you asking me,
I think in a battle, Drake is getting 8.
Yeah,
Kendrick is eating Drake.
Battles don't get you no money.
I think battles is a whole nother story. That's a whole nother topic.
I'm taking Drizzy Drake every day.
Drake is he has a bigger fan base.
He's a more popular artist.
Yeah, way bigger fan base.
Well, a lot of people say popular. He earned it.
You're right.
Like he earned that. So Kendrick, I don't even listen to I don't even probably know 2 or 3.
Kendrick, the best lyricist.
So I don't listen to Kendrick at all.
Yeah,
He
I mean, I know some songs.
top 3
'cause of the
lyricists
radio.
for sure.
Yeah,
I don't
agree
even know
with
what that means. I don't know what that means.
Cypher.
Nobody-
Get on here and get off. You gotta listen to. You gotta listen.
But
to
no, I
this.
be looking at the cipher and I see all the cipher rappers don't got no money. Like when you look at BT, you see all them cipher dudes except for Eminem.
Yeah.
Like, so we gonna give it to Eminem? I ain't never seen
Eminem
nobody
is hard.
put words together
Like Eminem.
like Eminem, but
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
like
if it
Eminem.
means
I agree.
nothing.
You know who hard? Young M.A.
Young Ma. Yeah,
she
Young
can
Ma.
rap.
She got bars.
She could rap.
I like
don't know
Fab
what that
too. Fabulous. Fabulous is
Fabulous
one of the
been
most.
doing it for a long
time.
Fabulous is one of
Fab
the
been
most
doing it a
slept
long
on,
time.
bro.
Have y'all
He
heard
don't-
Meg Thee Stallion?
Nah, I don't
Oh
listen to
my
Meg Thee Stallion.
God,
You,
bro.
you actually listen to her?
Freestyle.
No, she sucks. I'm not listening.
What?
To that. I'm not listening
Bro.
to Meg Thee Stallion.
I
All she
swear
do
to
is twerk.
I
Get her
swear
up
to
out
God,
I'm
of
not
here.
listening to no Meg at all, bro.
Remember I said this, bro.
What about what's the little dude name?
Who?
That she rapping? Baby.
they
the
are
baby
that.
cool.
Oh no, I ain't
The
listening
baby
to
cool.
him. He ain't getting
Freestyle
bumped in my
King
car.
Los.
King Los can
King
rap.
Los can rap. Yeah,
don't even know
he
who
got
that
bars.
is.
He can
He
rap.
got bars.
I actually like
boy.
Roddy Rich's his past freestyle.
Oh, I like Roddy Rich.
yeah.
I like Roddy
Nah.
Rich a lot.
Roddy Rich
He ain't getting played in my
freestyle?
way.
I like Roddy Rich a lot.
You got to go listen to it.
Yeah.
Who
I
you
thought he
taking,
was a
Roddy?
hood guy.
Who you taking, Roddy Rich or Nate Dogg?
Nate Dogg.
Nate
It's not
Dogg.
even close.
They be comparing.
Nate
I
Dogg.
love Nate Dogg. Nate
Comparisons
Dogg.
is off, bro.
He want to go.
Listen,
Oh,
Nate Dogg.
You ain't gonna make nobody think. Like,
Listen, that's easy for
the
me.
body of work.
I
but it's
don't
not
care
fair.
about body of work. A lot of people got more body of work than Nipsey. Snoop don't got no Grammys. So now what? You talking to me about body of work?
Snoop
Tupac
Doggy
don't
Style
got
album
What
is
is so
one of the
Tupac
best
don't-
ever.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't care
Nipsey
about
got a Grammy because he died. That's
Tyler-
why he got one.
Tyler the Creator
He
got
lost-
a Grammy.
he lost to
I'm not
Cardi
saying,
B.
No, I'm not saying
Cardi
Grammys.
B.
I'm not saying Grammys are everything.
When he was
It's
alive,
a different time.
When he was
now,
alive,
too,
it
bro.
is.
No, I'm
he
not
was hating.
Trash
No,
time.
listen. Listen to
Music
what I'm
is
saying.
pokey.
I'm saying that Grammys don't make you.
So why
So
you just,
catalog don't make you.
what I'm saying is
Catalog don't make you.
Snoop got a whole lot of songs that make you think versus Nipsey little one album he made.
Snoop got
So it's
his
not-
first
Yeah,
album
you
was his
gotta go
best
to-
album.
You
Nipsey
better
talking
go
about real
You better go
mental.
tap in. You better go tap in, Nipsey.
He talking about
You better go tap in
wealth,
the mixtapes.
building.
Nipsey ain't even better than Problem.
He's destroying problems.
Hey, can we get the music on that?
I don't think so.
Hey, where Drew
I
at,
can't tell
man?
you one song from Problem. I'm gonna
Hey,
keep it
but
G.
nah,
Problem.
but nah, Steven, what you want to lead the people with, man? What's something that you feel like they should know, man? Something you do in your off season, your regimen? Do you meditate? What's something that you want to lead the people with, man? Before we wrap it up here.
So I know I'm a football player, man, but I honestly wanted to go to college for fashion. I'm really into fashion. I want to be a fashion designer. I've been making hella clothes lately, pieces, custom pieces. So I don't have a name yet, but just be prepared.
Right.
It's coming. It's
So
going,
that's
it's
your
coming.
avenue. If you weren't playing football, you would be a fashion
I
designer.
would be in fashion for sure.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you would say find your niche off the field.
Find your niche.
Well,
you
'cause
know.
it's not gonna
Let
last
me ask you
forever.
a question like Carl Wags. Versace or FUBU? that's what Carl said.
Fubu is junk.
But that's something that Carl said. Like,
I'm just a little extra. Hey, I'm just a little extra
Pierre
with it,
Moss.
man.
I'm taking Pierre Moss.
Pierre
Pierre
Moss.
Moss.
honestly,
Pierre
my-
Moss.
Go to New York. That's
you
where
know
the
what my
fashion
favorite
happened.
fashion was? Armani Exchange.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That shit
Like
nice.
that money.
I like Koji. I like Koji,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Coogee ain't it now.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you stopping by, man, rapping with us, man. This is the locker room, man. I want to appreciate everybody for their time. Thank you. Time is the essence, man. And, you know, you don't get to spend that much time with people. So spend time with your family, man. I appreciate y'all watching and listening.
Shout out to FUBU.
Shout out to Fubu.
Shout out to
Migos.
Drizzy.
Shout out
Yes,
to Drake.
sir.
Shout out to Stephen Mitchell, man, and in Houston, Texas, man.
R.I.P.
Congratulations,
Kobe Bryant.
Nipsey,
It's
for
ti-
getting your
It's time
Grammy.
to go.
R.I.P. Kobe.
R.I.P. Cole, man.
R.I.P. Kobe.
Yes,
Mamba
sir.
out.
He said Fubu.
Something ain't right, you doing bad tonight. You'll be all alone if you don't have a wife.
You're listening to Hayes Radio Network, Cannabis Lifestyle Radio.